Hey guys, it's Quinn, and in episode 19 of the Fundraising series, we're going to be taking a look at a film so campy that even James Bond's Octopussy looks tame by comparison. 2001's Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang is a film starring mostly people you've never heard of, and Chris Rock, and a film about a man who is pretty much a Dolomite, Shaft-esque character who must fight corporate America with nothing more than his charm. The film is an extremely campy, low-budget film, and because of that, it all pretty much hinges on the writing, which is where I'm going to focus this review. The writing of this film is probably, on paper, the dumbest writing of any film I've reviewed thus far. For instance, one of the main character attributes of the title character, Pootie Tang, is that he effectively cannot speak coherent English because of just how cool he is. Therefore, what you have is the main character of an 80-minute film speaking gibberish the entire time. Somehow, I don't know how, it was actually funny. And this is because the writing does an excellent job of building up the character as such a legend in the film that even the audience is pushed along to support just what a stud he's supposed to be. In every way that a film such as the James Bond series builds up the character so that you expect him to, win poker games and shootouts and whatnot, this film builds up Pootie Tang to be some sort of street version of the most interesting man in the world. And what I thought the film did with this was really clever. You end up watching people putting themselves into just ridiculous situations to either impress him or outwit him. And because of how just ridiculous of a character Pootie Tang himself is, the outcome are scenes that, if you buy into the film, are quite enjoyable. For instance, Pootie Tang creates like a billboard-topping #1 song, which is literally silent. In most contexts, that's stupid as shit, but if you take your critical goggles off, it is so over the top that it's fantastic. What I do think makes this film enjoyable is that everyone buys into the absurdity of the spectacle on display here. Bob Costas, who's the legendary sportscaster who, if you've ever watched NBC, you know this stud. He plays a reporter who's like dapping up Pootie Tang and the whole bit the entire time. It's like if Dolomite had Larry King in the film, and Larry King treats Dolomite just like how everyone else does. It would elevate the film, which is what happens here. I think perhaps the best character in the film is David Cross, who pretty much plays his Arrested Development Tobias character in this film. From the super corrupt CEO all the way down to the people that are running the hot dog stands in this film, everyone overplays their parts, which I think makes it more enjoyable because without it, it would feel a little too realistic and therefore a lot of the humor I think would be ripped away. So I want to give a shout out to everyone for completely just riding with this film. This is all not to say that this film is comedic genius. It's not actually. This film's really stupid, barely has a plot. The bad guys in this film are something you'd see out of a Disney film. It's just so over the top. However, it is a film that if you're willing to just let it all go, enjoy the camp, embrace it, you can find a fair amount of stupid humor in it. It is exactly the kind of movie that if you're flipping through the channels and just need something to watch, it'll suffice. Which is why, quite clearly, I would give it a rating of watch it if it's on TV. This video is sponsored by a resident of Sydney, Australia. This channel is committing to giving every American an equal opportunity in this country, which is why all proceeds will be donated to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. Thank you for watching, and remember, black, white, left to right, we're all in this together. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.